Next, you need to have some emotion, positive, even negative sometimes, but especially strong, positive emotions will help you learn much faster. That's also part of quality. It's why I use stories a lot in effortless English. Just think about it. When you learn something with no emotion, just kind of flat, it's much more easy to forget. But if you learn something with excitement or energy or passion, or sometimes even fear or humor, laughter, you are more likely to remember it, and to remember it a long time. So it needs to be emotional and energetic. Emotion and energy go together. So again, a low energy, low quality way to study English is to sit at your desk, listening or just reading a textbook. Right? It's low energy, your mind starts to go to sleep, you're wasting a lot of your time. But if you're up, if you're moving, if your heart's, beating, you got energy going through your body, you're feeling good, you're smiling, you're awake, your brain wakes up, everything is much more effective. Everything you do, you will remember better, you will learn faster. This is so important. You need the highest quality time to achieve this goal. I'll give you a quick example of this. Let's say you're trying to learn the verb to cuddle. To cuddle. That's a nice little word, to cuddle. Now, the low quality way, the school way, the normal way to learn to cuddle would be to look in the dictionary for the verb to cuddle and to write down the meaning and then to memorize it. To cuddle, to cuddle, to cuddle, to cuddle. It's repeated a lot, right? It's boring, so it's probably going to be low energy. There's no emotion. You're just trying to memorize it. And then you probably have a list of a lot more words you're also trying to memorize. So when you get to the end of the list, you've forgotten the first one. You forgot cuddle. And then you got to go back and try it again and again and again and again and again. It's boring. It's ineffective. You waste a lot of time. What does it mean, by the way, to cuddle? To cuddle means to be like affectionate, like to hug and kind of rub with someone. It has a romantic idea. Okay? So you can... It's not really sexual, okay, but it can be. If you have a girlfriend and boyfriend, they like to cuddle, right? They're always touching and hugging and rubbing against each other. And, oh, but you can also do it, children like to cuddle. So if you have a child, you can cuddle and hug them and, oh, it feels so good. Or even with a dog, a puppy, right? A puppy, you can play around, you hug them and, oh, you maybe kiss, not like super romantic kissing, but kiss them on the head. And again, it's more this action of rubbing and holding and hugging to cuddle. So, you've got the one way, the old way to learn it. You just try to memorize it, to hug affectionately. Imagine a different way of learning this word. Imagine that a super sexy, hot guy or girl, whichever you prefer, comes up to you and you think, oh, this person is so amazing, so attractive. Oh, I love them so much. Oh, I want them. Oh, and they come up to you and they say, let's cuddle. Let's cuddle. Ah, and then they hug you and you start rubbing against each other and holding each other. And they're whispering the word in your ear. Oh, it feels so good to cuddle with you. Oh, I love cuddling with you. Now, how are you going to feel? You're going to feel your heart's going to be beating. Boom, 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 boom. Super powerful emotion. There's also physical feelings happening at the same time. Which one is more memorable? Are you going to remember studying it from the dictionary definition, trying to memorize the old way, the normal school way? Or are you going to remember this super emotional experience of this hot guy or girl cuddling with you and saying the word in your ear? Obviously, cuddling with the guy or the girl will be much more memorable. I guarantee you will never forget that word again. This will become one of your favorite words. You'll learn it instantly, and you will never forget it. That's an example, an extreme example of the highest quality of learning. In this case, vocabulary, right? Because it's got the maximum amount of emotion. Now, of course, normally, day to day, it's hard to achieve that super high level of emotion. I wish we could. It's hard to. But still, we can get much more emotion if we learn vocabulary and learn phrases and even grammar using stories, using physical movement. All the things we do in effortless English are designed to bring the emotion higher, bring the energy higher so that you remember everything much faster and longer. That's how we get faster, more powerful results because the quality is so much higher with effortless English. Let's talk about another example. I want you to train like a champion. Imagine that English, instead of like a subject you study in school, boring, Instead, imagine it's more like a sport. It's an activity that you're training for, like you would for a sport, right? To be a champion. You're going to be a champion English speaker. You are a champion English speaker. How would you train like a champion? I do jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu. It's my hobby. So let's imagine two jiu-jitsu fighters, two jiu-jitsu students. Okay, one is just a normal person, like me, like most people who learn jiu-jitsu. And the other one is Andre Galvao, who is a world champion. Let's look at the difference in quality, how they train, and quantity. How do they train jiu-jitsu, and how do they get results? What are the results? How are they different? What's different about a champion and a normal person? Because, again, I want you to be a champion at English, not just a normal school learner. A normal person for jiu-jitsu usually goes to class 2 or 3 times per week. 2 or 3 times a week is the kind of normal average jiu-jitsu learner. And that's what I do. Most of the people I know train 2 to 3 times per week. What does Andre Galvao do? World champion. He trains twice per day, maybe more. 2 times per day, that's 14 times per week instead of 2 or 3. So his quantity, his amount is much, much higher. But guess what? It's also much more quality. The other thing, when a normal person learns a new technique in jiu-jitsu, they practice that technique maybe 10 times, maybe 20 times. I'd say at the most, probably 50 times. How many times does Andre Galvao practice a new technique that he's working on? 1,000 times or more. He practices each new technique 1,000 times or more. The amount of repetition that a champion gets in their practice, in their training, is much, much higher. Again, so much higher quantity, repetitions. It's the amount of time, the number of hours per day, and also the amount of repetition that they get is so much higher for a champion. And then the quality. What about the quality? The amount of focus. So for a normal jiu-jitsu learner, they think of it as kind of a hobby. That's how I think of jiu-jitsu. It's a hobby. So I go and I try to pay attention. I'm focused, of course. I'm awake when I'm there. I'm enjoying myself. But Andre Galvao or another champion is much, much higher than that. They are totally focused, right? They are super high energy. They are serious. They are concentrating every minute they are learning. Every minute they are training. The intensity, the emotion is super high. They're also consistent. Normal people who are learning something like jiu-jitsu or any sport as a hobby, some days you feel good and you try really hard, and some days maybe you're a little tired and a little lazy, you don't try your best. And it's kind of up and down. Day to day, it's different. A champion like Andre Galvao, every moment, every day, every training, it's 100% effort all the time. 100% energy all the time. 100% passion and emotion all the time. Every minute, every hour, every week, every month of training. The emotional quality, the energy is so much higher than just regular, normal people. And of course, what's the result? Andre Galvao, super fast improvement, world champion. Normal people, still improving, but slow improvement. Right? I'm getting a little better at jiu-jitsu, but it's very slow. Most people, they improve, but slowly. Nothing like a champion. Normal people will never become world champions. We can learn from this example because we see this in all sports, in all different skill areas, this same idea of quantity and quality. That's what determines the amount of success you have, how powerful your results are, and how fast your improvement is. So I want you to be a powerful champion. I want you to be the Andre Galvao of English learning. You can be a champion English speaker. You can speak English powerfully and fluently in 6 months. 6 months from now, you can do it. You will do it when you use the effortless English system, the highest quantity you can get, and of course, most important, the highest quality. Every single time you listen to English, learn English, train with English. Quality, quality, quality. That's what effortless English is about. Now, another important point. Don't let anyone else tell you that you cannot do this. Don't let anyone else tell you you can't do anything in life. Not just about English, anything. There are always people out there who will tell you, you can't do it, it can't be done. You can't be fluent in 6 months. You can't make a lot of money. You can't start your own business. You can't. All right? There's always these negative people in life. I promise you. Anytime you try to do something amazing, anytime you try to succeed, anytime you push yourself, there will be people telling you you can't do it. There'll be people trying to make you feel weaker, right? I don't know if it's jealousy. I don't know if they're disappointed in their own life. I don't know why they do it, but they do. There are just a lot of negative people in the world who will criticize you, who will tell you you can't do it, you shouldn't do it, all the time. Don't listen to these people. Champions do not listen to negative people. Champions just ignore those people. See, my job is the opposite. I always call myself an English coach, not a teacher. I think teachers are too negative. I just don't like the word teacher. Coach, right? A coach. My job is to be your coach. And as your coach, I want to destroy doubt. I want to destroy weakness. Okay? I want to build your power. I want to build and increase your confidence. I want you to believe in yourself. I want you to dream bigger. I want you to dream more powerfully. I want you to believe that you can do it, that you will do it, whatever you want in life. Certainly English, but anything else that you want in your life. You can do it. It is possible. You can be powerful in your life. You can speak English powerfully. You can be fluent in 6 months. You can eventually become like a native speaker if that's what you want. You can do it. You do have the power. Trust yourself. Don't listen to all the people who say, no, you can't. No, you can and you will. Will it always be easy? No, but you're strong. You will find the strength. You will find the power. You can and you will be a champion. Just believe in yourself.